Hello and welcome back, my fairies. I'm Matsuyorific, and we are back with more of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug Season 6. This time, we are finally getting Episode 1, Climatic Queen. I have not seen any trailers. I haven't even seen if there is a trailer, but there are still a few things that we can predict about this episode. So also, just a quick shout out to the art that you're seeing on the side here. This is my OC Adriana, who is also the gender bent version of Adrian, but sometimes she's his twin sister. But I wanted to draw her in show style. Sorry there's no sketch, but this took a long time and I felt that this would be long enough as it is. So I hope you enjoy that. The episode though, so obviously I haven't seen it yet, otherwise we'd be talking about that. So this is the first episode of the season, which means that nothing that we have seen so far from season 6 has happened yet. When these characters last left off, it was right after the London special where Lady Noir told Adrian that, or not Lady Noir, Bug Noir told Adrian that his father was a hero. Ladybug gave the speech to everybody, and also, you know, the whole time travel shenanigans. So that's basically all that has happened. So Marinette knows that the Butterfly Miraculous is missing, but she does not know that somebody... Oh no, yeah, she does know that somebody has it. She knows that somebody has it. She does not know when they're going to strike next. But all she knows right now is that somebody has it, and that person came really close to figuring out her identity, and that they are a lot more clever than Gabriel was. Meanwhile, Adrian is still going to be in his feelings, most likely, with the fact that his father just passed away, and that he, as Cat Noir, was not there during the final showdown with Monarch, which was when his father passed away. And then, of course, Felix and Kagami also know the truth that Gabriel was Monarch, and that Ladybug lied to everybody, and also that she is Marinette. So, I'm sure I don't know if Felix is going to be in this episode. I don't know if Kagami will be in it. But we also know from later episodes that Ladybug told the other holders that they should not get involved with the Akumas unless she tells them to. Though, for Rena Rouge and Carapace, that seems to be a bit out the window, especially Rena Rouge. But that's because she knows who Ladybug is. But nobody knows that, of course. So yeah, I'm expecting to see them actually having that discussion that, okay, if there's an akumatized villain, just wait for me to call you, but for anything else, feel free to help however you want. As long as it's not with an akumatized villain, let us handle that and we'll tell you if we need you. So I'm expecting to see that. We also know from the interviews that Mayor Bustier is most likely going to be the one akumatized in this episode, and that it has something to do with her daughter, Hope. We don't know that. We don't know exactly what's going on yet, but it is most likely that the akumatized villain in this episode, Climatic Queen, will be Mayor Bustier, and that something is going to happen with Hope. So I guess we're gonna see. I mean, Climatic Queen, the name kind of insinuates that it's something to do with the climate, so this is probably something to do with the Clean Paris initiative, which is actually a real thing going on right now in the real-life Paris. So I'm sure people are tired of hearing about environmental stuff, especially from this show, but that is a very hot topic right now in Paris. So I think that's why the show is focusing so much on environmental messages, because that is such an important thing right now in Paris. So I'm expecting more of that, honestly. But without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and go watch the episode so I can tell you guys what I think. So I will be right back. And I'm back, but I have to say that is not what I was expecting at all. I was so off the marker, you couldn't even see it. Oh my goodness. So this was not the start of everything. This was just the first episode of the season. I am a little bit disappointed that we don't get like a special first episode of like this is where everything begins. Maybe we'll get a special, like an actual special coming up soon. That's possible. Cause like we did get the Paris special at the end of like, or at least near the end of season 5, even though that took place at the beginning of season 5. So it's possible we could end up getting a special that's like all about how they like Chrysalis's very first akumatization that lets everyone in Paris know that there's a new villain. Unless Ladybug just happened to tell everybody, hey, there's a new butterfly holder. But yeah, this episode actually didn't even have anything to do with Mayor Bustier, so I'm curious when we're going to get that episode with with Mayor Bustier getting akumatized, because we know that she got akumatized. We know that she was one of the first people to get akumatized, so that is odd that we didn't get to see her this episode, and also that Alia and Nino didn't interview Aurora, because this very clearly takes place before Sublimation. Or was it called Sublimation? The episode with Sublime. I think it was Sublimation, but like, because like we actually see Sublime at the end of the episode. We see how she and Adrian first met. There's not really a whole lot to talk about in this episode, so I think I'm just gonna like skim through it. The episode starts off with Aurora, and it turns out she has a new friend. I can't quite remember what her friend's name was, but like they kind of give off this like sun and rain sort of thing. Aurora is like energetic and outgoing, whereas her friend is kind of gloomy and reserved. But Aurora is trying to enter this contest that Chloe is putting on. We do kind of get some more information about the app that everybody's using. It seems to be a social media app, and the symbols that they have at the top of their app is not like which miraculous is their favorite or anything. It's more of a community thing. So like each individual community is associated with like a different miraculous hero, from what it seems. So they're like just in different communities. So you got the bee community, you got the ladybug community, you got the black cat community, so on and so forth. So, and Chloe seems to be like the top dog in the bee community, and she is setting up a contest for like anyone in the bee community can enter, but only people in the bee community. And you basically just have to submit a video, or like submit content and stuff, and then whoever content gets the most views and likes wins. And Aurora really wants to win. The ending of the episode kind of derailed this a bit for me, because she wants a book that was written by Max's mother, Claudie Conte, about being in space and stuff. And she wants, well, she has the book, but she wants to get it autographed by Claudie. And it's like, girl, you are friends with her son, Max. You're in classes with him. We see them together later in the episode. Why not just ask Max if he can get his mother to autograph this book for you? So, like, that kind of derailed the plot a little bit for me, but, like, I can, like, kind of understand it. Apologies about that. Oh my goodness, okay. Anyways, I can kind of understand, where she's coming from, but, like, at the same time, it's like, okay, you want an autograph from Max's mom. Why not just ask Max? I'm sure he'd be happy to introduce you. But anyways, then we wouldn't have an episode. But, so she wants to win this, but she's not getting likes through like the normal means. And that's when her friend comes along and is like, hey, you know, if you keep worrying about that, you're gonna get akumatized. And it's like, well, it's like, yeah, but like I fully respect you for like sticking to your beliefs and like trying to make actual content instead of doing what some other people are doing by telling lies about celebrities. It's like, oh, Adrian and Marinette are right there. What if I make up a story about how their relationship is on the rocks, which is not. Oh yeah, I'm doing the episode of a disservice right now by skipping over the start of the episode, which is important because we see Chloe introducing the competition, and at first it kind of seems like Aurora's watching it, but then you realize that there's actually a Black Cat background, so this is actually someone in the Black Cat community watching. And then we see that it's Adrian who is watching, and he looks sad, and it's like, oh. We do get a little bit of Marinetting in her room, but that's not super important. After that, we go to Adrian, who is actually trying to learn how to cook. He's making pancakes, because that's what his father would do. But he's making 3 pancakes, one for him, one for Natalie, and one for Flag, and that's actually really sweet. But he's doing it because that's what his father did. And Flag is even like, you know, are you sure this is going to taste good with cheese? He's like, well, I really don't know. I've never made pancakes before. And Flag's like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, trying to cheer him up. I love what Adrian does when Natalie comes in. He tilts the pan in a way that she can't see it. He puts a pancake on his plate, a pancake on her plate, and then he puts the pan with Flag's pancake in the sink so that he can eat in peace. That's adorable. I love that. But we get to see that this is a bit of an Adrian episode, and he's sad because, like, he doesn't really know what to do. He asks Natalie what's on the agenda, and she's like, well, that's not my job anymore. You get to decide now what you want to do. You don't need me to micromanage you anymore. And your pancakes are delicious. They're actually better than your father's. They have a sweetness that his didn't have. And it's like, yeah, Adrian's pancakes don't need fruit on them to make them taste good, like what Marinette said. It's like, oh, I love that little detail. It's like, oh yeah, he's sweeter than Gabriel, so his pancakes come out better. I love that little detail. Adrian cooks with love. But like, Adrian is not really sure what to do because he doesn't, you know, everything's always been decided for him. It's his first time deciding what he wants to do, and he's not sure how to do that. I love this next scene. The comedy of this next scene, I absolutely love it. Marinette arrives in front of Adrian's house. Apparently the news is out that she is his girlfriend. So everybody does know, the world knows, that Adrian Agreste is dating Marinette Dupain-Cheng. And reporters are just swarming outside the gate. And they just surround her, start asking her questions like, what's it like to date Adrian Agreste? And I love this bit. Oh, Adrian's bodyguard brings out the hose and hoses them down to get them away like they're animals, like just spraying them like, no, bad reporters, get back. I love that. That was so funny. Oh my gosh, that made me laugh so much. So yeah, he continues to hose them down while Marinette runs inside. Absolutely loved that. Adrian greets her, and they talk a bit more about how, you know, he's not really sure what he wants to do. He's never thought about what his passion is. And to which Marinette is like, well, why don't we try out some of the things that I like? Maybe you'll really enjoy some of the stuff that I like. You know, we're such a great couple. Maybe we'll like the same things. And like, I'm sure there's gonna be some people that are like, oh, well, she's only suggesting things that she likes. No, it's kind of a normal thing, actually. She's like, oh, well, I like these things. Let's try these things. Maybe we could do these things together. But it was never, well, I like these things, so you should like these things. It was, I like these things, maybe you'll like them too. So I'm sure there's gonna be some people that misinterpret that, but that's kind of par for the course for this fandom. I do love, they get to the school and it's even more of it. we see Vincent in the trash, so we can see that he's already following them around, and the bodyguard is still following them around with the hose. I love it. I love it so much. And he sprays Vincent too. It's like, that's when we get to Aurora, who has the conversation with her friend, who's like, stop that, you're gonna get akumatized. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna get akumatized. Like, girl, yes, you are. So yeah, Climatic Queen is basically stormy weather with an upgrade, which I guess I should have seen that coming, but everything else said that this wasn't going to be the case. But I will say this, like, even though I am disappointed that we're not getting, like, an establishment episode, I do find it kind of poetic that we're starting the first episode, like, we're starting off this soft reboot with a soft repeat of the first episode of season 1. And I say soft repeat because this is in no way, shape, or form the exact same episode. Literally the only thing that are the same between these two episodes is the fact that Aurora gets akumatized over a contest. But it's not even the same kind of contest. She lost the contest in the first episode, and she is losing a contest in this episode that she's trying to win. So it is different. There are plenty enough differences in this episode to fully justify it. It is not the exact same episode by a long shot. Yeah, Marinette and Adrian go and try some of Marinette's favorite hobbies. They try some painting, which, you know, he's okay at, but it's not his passion. They try some science, that's just, like, just kind of, he's like, yeah, I don't get this at all. Like, he understands science, obviously, but it wasn't his thing. And Marinette had fun, but she can tell right away that Adrian didn't have the same kind of fun that she had. Also baking. I will admit, I am a little bit sad that he didn't enjoy the baking, but that's mainly because I enjoy the Miraculous Ladybug fan comic, Bakery Enemies. I've spoken about this a couple of times in the past. I love that story. That was a great story. But yeah, that just made me think of it. And also, sorry, Tom, it doesn't look like your potential future son-in-law is going to want to take over the bakery. But they sit down. Marinette's like, yeah, no, I get this. You know, we don't have to, it doesn't have to, your passion doesn't have to be something I'm passionate about. She's not disappointed or anything. She just understands. It's like, yeah, okay, you know, maybe it's fine. You know, it's fine if it's not me, because, you know, you need to choose your own activities. Find what you're passionate about. So they try some of the things that Adrian has always done, because that's what Gabriel told him to do. But none of that was really it either. And I love that she tries them with him too. Cause like they go to poetry and they're like, oh, well, you know, we can try this, and Adrian is like really good at it, but Marinette is like, not really. But that's also okay, because like it wasn't really Adrian's passion. Like the whole point of it is for Adrian to try things out, and this kind of reminds me of the Cutie Mark Crusaders in some way, because like the whole thing with the Cutie Mark is that once you find your talent, it's not just about what you're good at, but also like what you're passionate about. So like Rarity is good at fashion, but she didn't get her Cutie Mark because she's good at fashion. She got it because she's passionate about it. Rainbow Dash is passionate about racing and going fast. Fluttershy is passionate about animals. Twilight is passionate about magic, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders, you know, they enjoyed a lot of the things that they tried, but it wasn't until they realized that they had a passion for helping other ponies that they got their Cutie Marks. And that's kind of what Adrian and Marinette are doing in this episode. They're trying a bunch of different things basically just to see what clicks. And that's something that a lot of people do struggle with. You don't have to be a sentient being to struggle with this sort of thing. It took me a while to figure out that I was passionate about storytelling, art, and psychology. It took, because like when I was in high school, I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And like I do love passing knowledge on, but I'm not a teacher material. Like this sort of thing, this is what I'm passionate about. It doesn't exactly pay the bills right now, but that's okay. I'm not doing this because I want to be rich and famous. I'm doing it because I enjoy it, I like it, and I'm passionate about it. And that's the thing. I tried a lot of different stuff before figuring out what my passion was, and that's what Adrian's doing. So I really do relate with Adrian here. But this is when Aurora gets her, starts her thing of like, she starts taking pictures of Marinette and Adrian out of context that makes it look like their relationship is not doing so well. And she meets with the girl who is currently at the top, who, her video that is doing well, which is, the video that she has that's doing well is a video of her doing, like, fails. Like, failing to hug a cat, failing to bake. And that's exactly what Aurora tried to do, but she didn't get the same views as this other girl who is at the top. And that kind of breaks her heart that she did the same things, but she's not getting the same views. And the only way that she's able to get views and likes is by making up these lies about her friends. So that kind of breaks her heart, and that leaves her open to the Akuma. And that's when she gets akumatized into Climatic Queen, who is essentially Stormy Weather 2.0. We also get this scene in the lunchroom, and I just have to say, like, this scene itself isn't really a big deal, but, like, I just want to talk about Undine's outfit here. She looks gorgeous. Like, she looks absolutely gorgeous. I love her outfit and her hair in this, and I don't just love that she looks really pretty, I love that she is athletic and pretty. We don't get enough pretty athletic girl characters who like actually have muscle on them. So I really enjoy the fact that she is athletic and strong, but also pretty and feminine. So I just really love that. I'm sorry. I love that about her design. I love that she's strong and beautiful. But they're talking about the contest and how Aurora might get akumatized, and then they find out that she was. Marinette and Adrian each come up with their own excuses. Marinette's like, oh, I left my stuff behind. Adrian's like, oh, I'll go get it, because he also needs an excuse. She's like, no, I need an excuse. Let me go get it. And Adrian's like, okay. Well, Marinette just left. Hey, I have an excuse. I'm gonna leave now, too. Because they're with Aurora's friend. So they go and they transform, and when Cat Noir and Ladybug meet back up, Cat Noir realizes that this is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about being a superhero. And I kind of had that thought earlier in the episode too, that he is at least passionate about being a superhero, because we see how much fun he has and how much it broke his heart to give up his miraculous back in Catwalker. How much it broke his heart that Ladybug didn't need him. Plag even points that out to Marinette, that he loves being Cat Noir and he loves being partners with her. So yeah, being a hero is something that he is passionate about. It's obviously not something that he could do for the rest of his life, but that is at least a passion. He is passionate about it. It brings him joy to be a hero. He loves it. But obviously there's more to it than that. Because Marinette also is passionate about being Ladybug, but not quite in the same way as Adrian is. She knows it's her responsibility, but there are times when she definitely does seem to enjoy it. Climatic Queen honestly doesn't even have anything to do with the climate. It's just, she just zaps you, and it makes you want to follow her and give her likes and stuff, which does boost her to the top of the contest, but it's a hollow victory, obviously. they then bring in the son of who her idol is, Max, aka Pegasus, and I swear, like, Max as Pegasus hears Aurora at the end of the episode talk about what she wanted, a signed copy of his mother's book, and the guy doesn't reach out to her at the end to be like, hey, this is my mom, I've heard you're a fan. I was kind of hoping that that would be the case, but no. Anyways, like, he's just there to teleport them around, so that they can get to the Eiffel Tower before her, because they're going to use it for its original intended purpose as a radio tower. So they're like, okay, Pegasus, take us to the Eiffel Tower. Cat Noir is going to cataclysm it. Pegasus, you're going to get everybody out before it goes crashing to the ground, get them all to safety. And they basically beat Stormy Weather. So she tells them about the book and everything. She starts talking about her passion, and then she's like, oh, I must sound really silly. And Cat Noir's like, no, you're clearly really passionate about it. It's actually really cool hearing you talk about this. It's great seeing how passionate you are about it. And it's like, I love this because, like, he himself is struggling with finding his passion, but he's not upset, but he also loves seeing that other people have their passion. So I love that obviously Adrian wouldn't take it out on the rest of the world, but it's still a great example to show to kids that even if you don't have something you're this passionate about, it doesn't mean that you should be, you should still support other people with it. Yeah. Even if you don't have that passion yet, you should still support other people with their passions. It doesn't mean that you should be bitter or salty. So I do love that he's leading by a good example here for the kids watching. Aurora then makes a video in the Ladybug community, and she gets some likes. Like Marinette leaves her a like and stuff about this double rainbow and stuff. And then they have one last conversation. Marinette saying, like, hey, listen, you know, I can't tell you what your passion is. That's up to you to decide, but I'm here for you to help you along the way. And Adrian's like, no, I get it, you know, it might take a while, but I'm sure we'll get there. And we do see at the very end, like, even though Max doesn't approach Aurora to be like, hey, this is my mom, I heard you're a fan, let me introduce you. But we do at least get to see that Claudie did leave Aurora a like. I do find that odd that she's the only one with, like, a icon next to her, but I don't know if that's, like, something with the app or what, but yeah, anyways. This is just a little detail that I noticed. But then at the end, we see Adrian, you know, he and Marinette break for the day, but he doesn't go home. Instead, he just goes for a jog, and that's when he meets Sublime. And I honestly love this. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be the thing in, like, other episodes, but I really do love how they basically introduce the character who's going to be important in the next episode, because season 1 did this a lot, and I kind of missed this, where there was a little bit of hidden continuity, where in every episode of Miraculous, if you watch it in order, like in actual order, then there's always a character who is involved in the next. The akumatized person from the next episode is always involved in the current episode. So, like, for example, Frightening Gale. The episode before Frightening Gale was, I think that was Captain Hard Rock. But that was the episode where, with the music festival, and we hear about Clara Nightingale in that episode, and then the very next episode, we see her, and she gets akumatized, and at the end of that episode, we see the dance and everything, and we get to meet Mark, who is then akumatized in the next episode. And I really loved that little bit of hidden continuity where they teased who was going to be the focus of the next episode. And that's kind of what they're doing in this episode too. If this had aired in order, then we could have seen Adrian meeting Sublime, and then the next week we see how things go after that and how their friendship is going. So I really do love that. Also, I just noticed Adrian's not wearing socks with his sneakers. Excuse me, no, I'm sorry, you should be wearing socks with those. You're gonna get blisters, especially if you're running. Just something that I noticed while scrolling through clips in the show, but yeah, I have a feeling that running could actually become the thing that Adrian gets passionate about. That was actually something that I'd considered for a potential fan fiction, where Adrian was going to be like trying to figure out what exactly it was that he wanted to do. So it is kind of cool to see that actually being explored in the show. Not just because it was an idea that I'd had for a fan fiction myself, but also after, oh gosh, which episode was that? The one where, Wishmaker. It's after, especially after Wishmaker, it's really cool to see Adrian actually exploring that, because that was established in Wishmaker that Adrian has never really thought about what he wanted. All he wanted to be was whatever his parents wanted him to be, which broke the fandom's heart. My poor boy. But yeah, I do think it would be cool if running actually ended up being the thing that Adrian is actually passionate about, and maybe he decides to be an athlete and a runner, which I could also see that being fitting for him, not just because of the way the episode ends, but like running can be very freeing for some people, like having the wind in your hair, stuff like that. I could see Adrian being interested in things where he just feels free, and I do think that running could be really good for him. Another common one that I see is like riding a motorcycle. Obviously, you know, he's still a little long, but like Marinette has her scooter, so I do think that Adrian could get a scooter too. That would actually be really cute if he got a scooter and they started like going on drives and stuff together. But like, I think it would be interesting just to see Adrian exploring hobbies where he can express his freedom. I think that would all be really cool. So yeah, I really do like that he's started running, especially since, again, that's something that he decided on his own to do. I absolutely love that. And I hope we get to see him running more in the future. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up for now. So thank you all for joining me today for this little ramble. I actually managed to keep it kind of short today. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos from me. We do all sorts of fun stuff on this channel, including playing video games, we do art, and I'll sometimes talk about cartoons and anime. So if you enjoy this stuff, then be sure to ring that bell icon and never miss a video. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I hope you all have a very magical day.